I'm just going to say this for everybody at home because I know that you're just now getting to see what's being recorded, but you just missed a banger of a 60-second conversation before this. Taylor was sharing details about his personal life, and let me tell you, he does not disappoint.
Dude, it's not that much. Talk after the podcast if you guys want some good stories.
Anyway, welcome to Breakpoints episode 39. I'm Zach, AggroBlaze96, and as always, I'm joined by Taylor and Sam. And we are also joined by our special guest, Evan, who happens to be your most recent Pro Tour champion. Evan, what is up, dude?
Dude, what's going on? It's an honor to be on the podcast.
Dude, I think I speak for everybody here. We are stoked to have you, man. Like, first national champion 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then now the Pro Tour. I mean, dude, Paris has your name written all over it, dog. Like, it's gonna be a heck of a year.
I'm trying to collect those Infinity Stones.
Would be a pretty cool thing to have like one of all of them. Like a Nats, a Pro Tour, and Worlds would be insane.
Do I even keep playing the game at that point? Like, it's done.
How many skirmish wins do you have?
I actually haven't won a skirmish yet. Me and one of my locals were talking about this. I need to win a skirmish.
Dude, everyone says that Hamilton doesn't have one and you don't have one. Dude, there's something about that.
Hamilton and I were actually talking at the PT. We both haven't been able to play in a showdown yet, so we don't have one of those either.
I'm so fucking sorry to hear that, buddy. Okay.
Haven't been able to. What a fucking thing to say.
At what point do you travel out to the calling just to play in the showdown? Because you won't.
I don't think I could do it. Maybe if it's like, maybe there's more US callings, but like I've been looking at trying to like go to like Amsterdam or Rotterdam and stuff and like other callings, and I just can't justify it. I don't want to spend that much money or that much time on a plane for a calling.
That's fair. I feel that way too, honestly.
I mean, that like the other thing that's like tough about it is like that much travel time also means that much time off work, which is like also awkward.
I have a job, but it's like pretty fake. I work at an LGS like 3 days a week, so getting time off isn't like the hardest thing to do.
So I mean, you have to think about it now, because like you're talking about traveling to these tournaments and like, oh, it's not like good EV and stuff. Like, imagine if you're actually bad at the game. Like, imagine that EV now. It's
Dude, sometimes I think about that and I'm like, ooh. I mean, okay, but I also make like, for context, I make like $18 an hour, and I work like 20 hours a week. So it's like a good chunk of coin for me to like travel and like time.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's easy. You win $50,000 once a year at a major tournament, and dude, you're covered. Like, I mean, you don't even need to work, bro.
Listen, I hope I can continue to win. If I can win one Pro Tour a year, I will continue.
For win one Pro Tour a year, dude. See, like, we calling you the GOAT soon, dog.
I'm trying.
All it takes is one successful trip to Paris, and you're in there.
True.
To be honest.
Nah, see, because even if he wins Paris, we'll have to have him back on to talk about what it's like to win a Pro Tour and Worlds in the same year. And then somebody in the comment section will be like, dog, how have you never won a skirmish? You're so washed, bro. Like, he's
gonna do in the off season.
I will say I haven't played a skirmish since like Skirmish Season 2, back when that was like the peak of competitive play.
Oh yeah,
dude, that was also when like skirmish prizes were like insane. I mean, that was when you could get like a CNC mat, like tunics and stuff like that. Like,
honestly, that's like what got me into the game. Was like I started like right at the tail end of free tendies.
I mean,
like I won like a raffle for a Doomsday mat and then sold it for like $200, which as like someone who's working at like Subway and in high school, I was like, oh my God, this is like insane.
Dude, it's just printing your own money. This is stupid.
So good. That's so good.
All right, we'll do the regular rigmarole here. Zach, what have you gotten up to this week in Flesh and Blood?
I'm gonna level with you guys. Got back from Japan on Tuesday, something like that. I don't know. Like, I worked a couple days this week, and I think I've played 2 games of Flesh and Blood since I returned, and they were both Syndra. I just like fired up random Syndra games for no reason, and I think Taylor during one of my games asked me why I hate myself, and that's been my flesh and blood. Other than that, dude, like I've hung out with Carly. I've been catching up on some TV. I played golf today, which we're not going to talk about, but I did play golf today. But yeah, it's been a pretty slow week for me. How about you, Taylor?
I have played 2 or 3 games this week. I just played one in the team Discord for 15 minutes where everyone was telling me how awful the line that I took was, which is fine. It was cool. I had a good time though. And then I played golf today also, and I had a good day comparatively to Zach.
Low
I
bar,
got
but sure.
I don't know, dude. I'm just happy to be here. How about you, Sam?
So I had a wonderful week where I'm trying to figure out a deck to have fun playing because I'm just not really enjoying Mario right now. So I'm looking up. I'm on some data here, looking up at Fiblazing. What decks here are kind of good? Um, there's a lot of these like slop decks out here that I'm not really feeling. So I'm just like, I'm in the waiting room over here for some good heroes out of Omens. Hopefully, I was kind of excited to try Oscilio after PT like a month ago, and then everyone knows how that went. So not that great. But speaking of wonderful data sourcing on Fablazing.com, you this episode is brought to you by Fablazing, and it's also brought to you by Codex Journals. And Zach's got this beautiful little journal in front of us with our logo on it. If you guys want one, there's a link in the description. Other than that, Evan, how was your week been post Yokohama?
It's been pretty good. I got back to Florida at like 12:30 on Friday morning. Um, Tried to sleep, couldn't really sleep, and then I went to work. Played my armory on Saturday. That was fun.
Did you like mention that you were like just won the pro tour to like some of the guys that might not know? Like, did you like, oh yeah,
I think all my locals knew for the most part.
okay. Dude, I love the idea that you're working at LGS and you're trying to like sell magic cards. You're like, but you should, dude. You're like, just check out Flesh and Blood, dude. Watch the Yokohama tournament. It's a great game. And then you just stare at them the whole time. You're like,
Actually, so I run F&M, which is draft, and like I was telling one of our locals, like, oh, like I'm gonna be gone the next 2 weeks, so I'm like traveling for Flesh and Blood, and then he was like, oh, like send me the website, like I'll try to keep track, and then he said he like just opened it and then saw my face on the front, which was pretty cool.
That's
so
sick.
awesome though. That's so sick. And then you come back the next day and you're like, okay, well we're gonna do draft again, boys. It's like, oh my god, is that Himothy?
It was pre-release this week, so it was unfortunately a little too busy, but he did hit me with that for a second.
So he's like, oh, Strixhaven, man. LGS was
Dude,
packed.
What a
It
what a
was.
flex, bro. You like leave a link for somebody to check and see how you're doing, and then when they open it, it's your face. Like, dude, that's so cool. Like even being able to say that is so baller, bro.
Oh.
Have you done anything to celebrate? / did you do anything the night of?
I went out to dinner with the boys. We were all kind of too tired, so we just ended up going to bed.
That's fair.
Long day.
Any plans to
Definitely
do
a long
anything to celebrate, or you're just kind of like letting it ride? You're happy with what it is.
People have been begging me to go to the casino. I've had like 3 separate people message me, and I definitely am going to at some point. I think Jakuza and I are gonna book a cruise, so also more gambling, I guess.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love the story of Montreal when we're at the bar and I was like, oh dude, come through, and you're like, actually I'm going to the casino now. I'm like, god, I thought he was joining us.
So
Dude,
I
I was up at the casino in Montreal. It was
Oh,
blessed.
So I have to ask. I ran into Michael and Nick and Tarek and Matt at Disney the next day, and you weren't there. And
All
I
right.
was like, bro, he wins the Pro Tour, and y'all can't even get my boy a ticket to Disney? Like, damn, come on.
I had planned on going, but they left at like 6:30 in the morning. Like, fuck that. Sorry. Screw that.
You can say that here.
Oh,
It's
you're
fine.
good, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
all
fine,
yeah.
dog.
I was
Yeah,
like,
this is a
all
buddy,
right, good. Because I was not getting up at 6:30. Um, so I just ended up walking around Akihabara with Dilks and Jacob Ba.
Hell yeah. Good time.
It was a good time.
Oh yeah. Have you been studying like how like W-2 forms work for next tax season? Or
I haven't yet. It's definitely on the list of things to do. I definitely need to speak to an accountant. Gonna probably have to start saving receipts for the card game
yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
know
and
it
travel and
sucks.
everything. Yeah, unlucky.
It's like
A good
so,
problem to have though, for sure.
yeah.
100%.
You start finding out that you're like, wait, I can just like buy a plane ticket and just say I'm going to Flesh and Blood and it just pays for itself. Well, this is tax exempt. Like, yeah. It's like, oh my god, this is broken,
Yeah.
dude.
I honestly have not thought about it before.
Oh yeah, it's the best part of the game.
All right, let's dig into a little bit of the run going forward. You previously won Nats a couple years back. How about going into top 8 with that kind of experience under your belt? Did it feel less stressful than going into top 8 at Nats?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, like I was truthfully, I was like really happy just to top 8, and I didn't really care how the rest of the tournament went. But I definitely was kind of very stressed in the top 8 games. Uh, honestly, like being on stream is whatever, but like in the later games when like everyone was like crowding around, that kind of made me a bit nervous. Also, like obviously it's a lot of money on the line too, so
It's hard to think about it while you're playing. Like, oh man, this decision is like a 20-something $1,000 decision I'm about to make.
The, I think if you start thinking like that, it just starts messing you up.
For sure.
honestly
I
you
bet it
can't.
would.
And also like I've lost like I'm trying to think what the worst like loss I have. I've lost like $6,000 in one game, so
Same.
losing the finals is like kind of rough for sure, but honestly, just making it that far, like I probably like made like twice the amount of money, or like actually I did my W-2. I made like $16,000 last year for my job, so like just making the finals is kind of insane. Like I doubled up on the year basically.
That's such a cool way to get to look at it. Like, because I do feel like it's probably, a lot of people like have issues with being on camera or like, being in their first top 8 game and stuff like that. Like, I feel like that pressure really starts to build. You're in there, you got the lights on you and stuff like that. And like Taylor said, I think that thinking of this as a $25,000 game is probably like the quickest way to just like spiral in the
Yeah.
like in the feature match area.
No, I wasn't really spiraling in the feature match area. Like I think like once I was in the games, I was pretty like dialed in on them. But like I feel like in between top 4 and finals, like the wait was so long. Like I was like so anxious. I think I just spent the whole time just like sitting outside, like listening to music.
The
Getting locked in.
anticipation, like
Oh
waiting
yeah.
for the game. I bet. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but God, that actually does sound awful.
Yeah, it's not great, not great.
You had like the
Going,
music on, like pumping you up, or was it like somber, trying to cool you down? Like which way were you going?
I was listening to the future, so I guess hyping myself up.
Yeah,
seeing top 8 on Saturday night. We've got a Teklo and a Reinhardt on the opposite side of the bracket. Are we jamming games into into that just in case we make it all the way?
All right, I have made top 8 at 3 of these like 3-day events in my fab career. I have never once played a game on Saturday night. Honestly, I try not to play like any games outside of the tournament. I feel like
That's
I don't
probably a
know.
good idea.
I don't think it's like the worst idea, but like I feel like I don't know. I play so many Talishar games outside of it. Like I should just be ready. Also like I don't know. With a deck like Oscilio, I kind of don't really care what my opponent's doing. My game plan's almost the same into like everyone.
yeah. Ugh,
Okay. All
fuck that
right,
deck.
going into the weekend, we picked up Double Wizard, which may have been a saucy pick to some. did you have any concerns like waffling and like the week running up that you're like, am I really gonna lock in Oscilio and Kano?
All right, let me hit you with a timeline. Sometime it was like right after the last Sage ban list. I saw the ban list. All they banned is Aether Spindle, and like honestly, I don't think that card matters in Kano at all. I'm like
It's fair.
too free. I'm hard locked double wizard for the PT. There's like a quote in the PCG Discord that like James wrote down on a piece of paper. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe you can use it like a thumbnail or something. But like I also okay, I will say I played like no Sage games. I tested a bunch for San Diego of Kano, and then like in between then and the PT, I played like very few. I like the week before Shanghai, not even a week before, probably like 3 days before I left. I like loaded up a KO deck because I was still like, oh, KO's broken. Loaded up KO on Talishar, played like 3 games, discard the right card every time. So I'm like, too free. I'm not playing any more games. I'm hard locked KO. And then also I brought Kano with me because I was like, I like it. It's like my pet deck in Sage, so I wanted to play it. And then play Shanghai, top 8 on KO, discarded the right card a bunch of times. Um, but I will say I lost to Guardian a good chunk in the tournament. Like that is a tough deck for KO to beat. Not it's definitely not like unwinnable, but you need almost like all your discards to go the right way, and you have to like counter fatigue them. And then uh, fly to Japan. Tuesday, people are like gaming in the hotel. I get like horrendous food poisoning. Like can't keep
Oh,
anything down for like a day, so I don't play any games. I like watch them play like a few KO versus Valda games, and I was like, I'm still gonna play KO. Like I just top aided on it. Deck's good. And then we're walking to the venue on Thursday, and there's like a group of good players that walks up to us, and we're chatting, and they're like, "Yep, AB1 Guardian, I'm locking it in." Go into the venue, more people are like AB1 Guardian, locking it in. And then I was like still kind of waffling because I was like, I did so well last weekend. He'll treat me right again. And then Jakuzer's like, dude, I think it's time to Kano. So we load KO and Kano up in like the random name generator, and then I spin the wheel for both of us, which someone didn't respect the wheel is all I'm saying. It like barely edges into Kano. So boom, I'm like, all right, let's get these painful premonitions. I open my box of Japanese compendium, get one red painful premonition, and I'm like, unlucky. So I text one of my locals. I'm like, yo, I'm opening your box that you bought from Tarek. I need these painful premonitions. Get another one. We're in there. I'm locked Kano. Sleeve up my deck. Jakuzer doesn't respect the wheel and lost all his wild red discards. So always respect the wheel.
So Michael's landed on Kano too, and he just decided to play KO.
Well, he played KO the last weekend, and like I don't know, it's like it was kind of a risk. Although like I will say after playing last weekend, I think like Kano might just be good into everything. Like if your Guardian matchup isn't bad, like I think Kano's only sus if people respect like if the Guardian players want to respect you. But the problem is it's like 8 of your 55 slots. So who's really gonna do that? And even then, like if you like max respect, it's like 30. You only win like 65% of the time against a competent Kano.
I was like, that was what a lot of our testing led up to because I was looking at playing Oldham with like AB5 and polarities, and we were playing the games, and it was like it didn't matter if the Kano was pitch stacking me, we were still losing.
Yeah, like you can go super deep. Like there was Matt and Nick went like super deep in the fatigue as they always do every pro tour. And like they had a Oldham deck that like won like most games, but the thing is like there's a lot of spots with like the Kano versus Guardian matchup where you just get like a random spot to like rip the Kanos off the top, and if you hit like your good red spells, like you still win the game.
That makes sense.
all right.
I just sorry, I'm smiling because I love that you top aided a calling playing Kayo, which was like arguably everybody was like, oh, this is the best deck in the format. And then like slowly we kind of saw that like devolve a little bit. And then Thursday at the event hall, you spin an RNG wheel, hit Kano, and then have to open two boxes to find cards that you need. Like, what a cool story, right? Like 3 days before you win the Pro Tour.
I mean, I will say, I think like Kano was the pick. I'm pretty sure like a good 35% of the room was a buy, and then the rest was a coin flip.
I mean, if I won the Pro Tour, I'd be saying that too.
Were you as surprised as we were to see that a huge amount of IRAs kind of surge through?
I'll say no, especially after playing in Shanghai the last weekend. Like, I think 3 of my 5 games on day 2 were against Ira. So,
How was Shanghai?
it was pretty cool. W- it's like I'll say I had a good time in China. There's a lot of smog in Shanghai, which they say it's cloudy. Like, bruh. Really, my only complaint is it was hard to pay for stuff. Like my credit cards wouldn't work over there, and like actually like we first land and like I set up WeChat and Alipay, and obviously like I hadn't used it yet, so I thought I had just set it up, but like we get in the taxi and then that's like the only form of payment they accept. And like Jacuzzi's stuff didn't work, and then mine didn't work, and then like finally I found a card that worked on there, so that was almost a little sus.
Ugh.
Wow.
But everything worked out okay.
Yeah.
The venue was really cool. I mean, like obviously it was at the Ritz-Carlton, so they kind of balled out for the first Chinese calling. But
That's pretty cool.
they had like people serving coffee for free like the entire time. It wasn't like water cups; they just had like water bottles for everyone, so that was kind of nice.
Wow.
Hey.
And we have to go to Baltimore and Vegas in July.
Don't tell me you're not excited to go to Vegas.
I love Vegas. I love fucking gambling, baby. Let's fucking go.
That's what I'm talking about. We need more of that kind of energy around here. And I know Evan's about it. I
Oh,
know
dude,
Evan's about it.
I'm hyped for Vegas,
My
especially
man.
post PT win. We balling out.
Sunday night's going to be fucking crazy in Vegas, bro.
Fucking just Sunday. Dude, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
just
Every fucking day. It's like fucking... Dude, I remember being at like
think
the
we're
blackjack
sleeping?
table. Dude, like 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk as it can be, and just watching fab players just walk in looking like they just got robbed out of the streets.
I
Like,
mean, they got
oh,
robbed.
accurate.
Probably wasn't in the streets though.
oh, they wasn't, buddy. I don't.
All right, flip side of Sage, CC, we're locked in on Oscilio. Was that like? I feel like a lot of people were pretty on it that Oscilio's the top deck going into the weekend, but how long were we locked in on Oscilio?
I was like probably locked on it in like February. But then I played in Montreal and like I still played Gravy because that's my dog. And then I like go X2 and like I think we've talked about this before. It's like going into day 2 of a calling at X2, like you wake up and you're like, fuck my stupid chud life. Like what am I doing?
Yeah.
Um, and then like so I lose. Okay. Also, I'll say the last 2 callings I had played at this point, I they pair like the first round of day 2. I get down paired into an X3 and then lose, which is like probably like worst way to start your day. Like you lose to someone who just like can't even top 8, which like it's fine. I'll take the L, but it's just unfortunate that it has to be against someone who can't top 8. And then like so I lose the first round on Gravy. Actually, I will say my Mario opponent played like really well, so I'll give him that. Next game, play against Cecilio. I put all 3 bells in play. Doesn't matter. Game's still not close. I still lose by like 15 points. And then, so I had already been playing Oscilio a bit. I was thinking about it from Montreal, but then I got scared of the Amulet Echoes. And then from then on, I was like, all right, I'm locked in. So the only deck I brought to the PT with me was Oscilio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Oscilio, see, I mean, obviously Oscilio was a good pick. You know, you won the whole tournament, but there was 3 Oscilios in top 8,
Seems
right?
good.
Yeah.
And there was 2 Marios. Those were the only 2 repeat decks, right?
Yeah.
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 I will say that there was 0 Oscilios in the calling top 8, which
Yeah,
is
because they're
like,
on the Pro Tour.
I guess it makes sense. I don't honestly like if people are calling this deck, like I'm talking to people in the venue and they're calling this deck no Skillio, and to be honest with you, it makes like no sense to me. I've
Oh,
played
100%.
like I've played like actually 500 games on this deck, and I went and played locals yesterday on Saturday, and I like am coming to like random spots that I haven't experienced before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that that's the nickname going around, to be honest, because it's got to be one of the hardest decks they've printed in a long time.
I mean, like when you draw blessed, the deck's like super easy to play, but
Oh,
like
for sure.
you don't draw blessed every game.
No.
I mean,
You
I
gotta like
think that
you gotta fight your way out of the gulag sometimes.
I think that's the cool thing about the deck, though, is like you really see the difference between people like me. Because, like, you're right. When Acilio is like humming, I can muddle my way through the deck and probably do somewhat well with it. But like the difference between someone like me and someone like you, I would say, like you know how to fight through those bad turns. As to where I draw a hand and I'm like, oh, this is unplayable. Like, what are we doing? Like, but it's like it's actually not. Like, there's probably really something that we could salvage there. So I don't know. Like, no Skillio is just such an odd name. I saw somebody call it that on Twitter. I don't remember who it was, but I remember reading that and I was like, oh, like I guess they're just having fun. I always assumed it was a joke because I think the deck's hella hard, but
If you go to Fab TCG, they gave it 5 stars for how hard it is. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, guys.
Victor had like 2 stars and I was like, oh, this is fake. I can't look at this anymore.
Block takes the strains and throw Spinal. It's right. What are you talking about, big dog? What are you talking about, dude?
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
that's a
hard.
2.
It's
What's
hard
a
to
1?
block 3 cards and swing hammer. Come on, guys.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
it's ridiculous.
Have you guys ever played Visit the Goldmane Estate and had to count to 4? Fuck. It's so hard. That's what you sound like, Zach.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous out here, Like sometimes they do this bullshit where they throw arcane damage at you and I don't get the block with test strength and like then the whole game falls apart.
Oh, terrible.
It's awful.
By the way, I did Google. He actually has 2 stars. So you memorizing that is an actual thing that like pissed you off.
Dude,
That's crazy.
It
That's
didn't
like an
actually
actual
make me
crazy
mad,
thing.
but it's
I thought that
so
was a joke.
funny. It was a joke that it made me mad. But I do
Dude, that's
like
like-
when they redid the website, somebody was like, "Oh, pull it up and let's look at it." And I did on stream, and I remember Victor had 2 stars, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like just being funny, and like I'll never forget that. That like stood out in my head.
What the hell's rated 1 star? Like fucking Olympia?
5.
Syndra.
Aye.
Hold on. I'm actually okay. You guys keep talking, and I'll just like interject with like 1 stars later.
Yeah. No, I love this idea actually.
All right, Evan. Did you feel at all like through your testing that you had like some sort of edge on everyone with the Acilio deck? Like, aside from the obvious, like, did you feel like you had any strategy in particular that was kind of setting you apart?
To be honest, not really. I think like there's like 2 schools of thought with Oscilio on like what your deck looks like, because like realistically, all the decks are the same. They play like the same good 45 cards. Really, the
Mhm.
only thing you're changing is like the random sideboard slots. So like you saw like Hamilton and them, they played like Spindle and Entwine
Mhm.
Lightning. Or you could play the Chad Seduce secrets, which like Seduce like has its downsides. Like it's really like the majority of hands, it's like an auto cycle, so like really taxes your hero ability. But when your opponent like CNCs you and then you seduce secrets in response, like you're like, oh, it gets so farmed. But honestly, the biggest edge is just like I hyper fixated on the deck and played like a million games. It's like honestly the thing with Basilia that's so blessed is like your game, like if you're quick with it, and obviously like sometimes you'll get cooked by your opponents on Talon Sharks, so like slow play. but you could probably get like 10 games in an hour. Especially like if you're playing against like if you're testing like internally, you could for sure get like
Yeah.
10 games an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a good deck to just like click buttons though on Talishar for sure. Which is
As soon
like
as it lights
honestly,
green, you just press.
that's my favorite thing to do, honestly. So
Okay.
So I kind of have like an off-brand question based off what Sam just asked you, and I kind of want to get your opinion on this because when it comes to testing, I like to play Guardian a lot. Like I don't think that's a secret to anybody. So it's it requires a lot of blocking, and the games are a little bit longer. But Oscilio, Syndra, like these aggro decks, you can play a lot more games. Like get more games in testing when you're playing a lot of them. Do you feel like there is an advantage when it comes to like these tier 3s or tier 4s where you are testing an aggro deck as opposed to like a fatigue deck because of the amount of games you can get in and like different strategies you can test?
Shit, that's a good question.
That is a good question. So I think with I think like what deck you choose doesn't really affect your testing necessarily. Because like if you are testing like these Syndras or these Fives or these Oscilios, like this might just be my group, but like if I want to test internally, I'm like forced to play against like block slop garbage. So the games are always going to be long. Really, the big advantage, and I think Oscilio is an exception to this because there is just like too many choices in the deck. But if you want to play like your Auroras or your Syndras or your Fives, there's so much like less room to misplay the deck when you're playing an aggro deck. Like
So,
you, go ahead. Sorry.
like, so when you lose on those aggro decks, it's more of your fault, and less of the decks.
I mean, I will say like a lot of times, I could be wrong on this. This is my philosophy for a long time, which is like if you play the aggro decks and like you understand the sequencing and everything, like you're in your own lane most of the time, and you kind of aren't really worried about what your opponent's doing. The big caveat to this though is like when you are playing these aggro decks, like what separates like the good aggro players from the bad aggro players is like understanding when you should block.
Yeah.
So Evan and Taylor are confirming that I'm the reason I'm bad at Syndra, not that Syndra's bad. Confirmed. I'm gonna write this
be
down.
so for real. Okay, two things. I hate Syndra so much; it's like my least favorite deck of all time. I despise Syndra. Second thing, I was almost gonna play Syndra at PT Singapore, and I'm like, oh, this is like Goo Goo Gaga baby deck. It's a little more complex than I thought, and blocking is a little better than I thought.
Yeah,
and
it's
Syndra.
But that deck sucks. Fuck that deck.
Also, spend a Syndra. Hold on, one Zach. I'm gonna cut you off for 10 seconds, and then you can get right back. Okay, so remember your thought. Okay, there are 3 heroes that are 1 star. I have them written down. I just want to get this off my chest for you.
Can I guess at what they are?
Yeah, sure. By the way, one of them is completely unhinged.
All right,
so
there are 3 1-star heroes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Dude, one of them is fucking insane.
I'm trying to think of the insane pick.
It's not like Kano, but like I would never say it was easy to play.
I want to put Syndra on there, but I don't think it is. Syndra's probably like a 2, if I had to guess.
Syndra's not on there. Neither is Fi.
Ooh.
Dude.
Bravo.
Katsu the crazy one?
No.
Who's on there?
Katsu is a 1?
No, Bravo.
Bravo's on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one stands out to me. Again, decks I like have low star ratings. God, I'm just terrible at this game. Jesus.
2 more.
Bravo.
Betsy?
No.
No.
That's like 2.5 stars. You have to understand how to wager. It's like a mechanic you gotta read.
I wanted to say Olympia, but I'm like, no, there's like reactions and shit involved. Like
Dude, Olympia was 2.5. Dude,
yeah,
Olympia's a big brain.
More than Victor? Okay,
Yeah.
James. God, we're at the talk. Oh, dude. I swear to God, I'm going to pull up my email after this. I'm so angry.
These are so silly.
There's 2 more?
One of them has LL'd in the last 6 months.
Oldham.
What the fuck did you just say?
Oldham, man.
6 months, he said.
6 months?
Oh,
I know this one.
I don't know what time it is.
It's super easy, guys. It's like right in your fucking face.
Okay, it's KO.
It's KO.
Oh, I was going to say Aurora.
Dude.
Never mind.
You pitch the
You,
blue, you play the
yeah,
wild ride, you discard the
exactly.
right card, you swing the claw, you play another 2
Yeah,
costs.
it's
That's
the
the deck.
thinker. It's the
Kayo
thinker.
and Bravo, and there's one more. Is this
Yeah,
one the out of the left
yeah,
field
yeah.
pick?
It is like I would never in a million years.
Tekla
No, Tekla Watson's
Mm.
like 3.5 or 4.
Max?
It's Kasai.
What?
Yeah, it's 1 star. I don't know.
I mean,
Olympia is
dude.
2.5 and Kasai is 1.
Dude, I feel like just remembering to block with dynamos is at least like 2.5 stars.
You're so fucking right, actually.
It removes like 1 battle hardened.
Or
where
at least like
your
removing the counter is 2.5
Resetting
stars.
it, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
It was Matt Rogers. He played in a battle hardened somewhere in the States one time, and he's playing Kasai, and he's playing as Noah Begelman, and he put like dynamos right next to the swords, like it was like an extra weapon.
Dude, he had. Oh my
Philadelphia,
god, I
Philadelphia.
hate that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we were actually talking about
yeah, I
this
remember
last
that one.
week. It's such a vile thing to do.
It's like
Yeah,
one of
he
the things
put
that
those-
like, yeah,
He like had his equipment in a square, had the dynamos right beside, and put both sabers to the left. It was
yeah, yeah. It's something I always think about. It's like, oh, it's just it's ingrained in my head every time I see it.
We respect the zones here.
Yes. All right, sorry, Sam. I know I've completely derailed us.
Okay.
That's what we do here. I guess we were gonna move on a little bit into there's no real edge over everybody else. There were some definite deck building decisions that were a little bit different. I think one of the important ones that people will touch on is Temporal Wobble is a pretty polarizing card, and a lot of people don't also agree on how many to run in your deck, and you landed on 2. What was kind of the process for landing on 2 Temporal Wobbles?
Okay, so when you're playing, all right, there's so much like random draw discard in Oscilio, and like the thing with Wobble is it's either like literally horrendous or the best card in your deck. And like it really taxes your Oscilio hero ability. Okay, also I will say it's only good into like 3 matchups, but the 3 matchups are very important. Like it's good into Mario,
Yeah.
it's good into Mirror, and it's good into Dio. But the
Okay.
card is like it's so bad to draw sometimes. Like every time I draw it off bouncing Sigil of Brilliance, like Blast You Oblivion, and then you draw that after you already Oscilio'd, you're like, God, I hate it here. It's so pain. But I don't know. I think like 2 is the right number just because like it's really bad to draw in some spots. And then like going like discard Wobble, draw another Wobble is like pain. And I think really the bigger thing is you can't arsenal it. Like I think arsenaling it, I think it's probably fine in the Oscilio mirror, but even then it's a little sus because like you just might not have a sigil and like you literally can't play it. And there's like a lot of times where you just like can't play it because your opponent doesn't give you a target.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, like, I watch these guys play, and they're just like, I hate this card, and they arsenal it, and it just stays there, and they're just like, I shouldn't have done that. And you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot arsenal that one. But like I don't know, when you counter like Codex for Leave No Witnesses or like countering like a Mind Warp, it's like so broken. Or Null Time Zone. And then Amulet of Echoes too, obviously.
It's been really interesting to see that card's like almost like how people feel about it over the course of time, like its lifespan, I guess, because when it was first printed, everybody was like, oh my God, this card is giga broken. And don't get me wrong, like you said, it is very powerful. And when I was first testing Victor into Oscilio, like after Pin came out and stuff like that, like I was seeing a lot of people were playing it into me, trying to snipe like Gold Beta State and stuff like that. But there were a lot of turns where people were Oscilioing it away. And so I think people have learned over the course of the last like couple of months which matchups you can play it into and which matchups you can't play it into. Because I think the matchups where it's a dead card, it probably just hurts you so much to have it in your deck at all. It's probably just backbreaking.
Yeah, it's just like not good. Also, one thing I see people do it all the time, which is like they counter like, especially this happens like Mario, they counter like the non-attack actions, like the +4s, which like is just like so troll. Like I feel like most of the time, every card in Acilio is worth like way more than the opponent's. So you're just like wasting one of your cards to counter like a 0 for 4.
Yeah, which isn't
And like
particularly bad, but yeah, I know what you mean.
it is good rate. It is good rate. But like
Yeah.
that's not the game plan in the deck for the most part. And obviously there's some spots where it's like fine, but like even then, like thinking back to the PT, there was a game where like I played both Wobbles against a Mario opponent, and like they went like Saber Bloodshed, and like I didn't. It happened like 2 turns in a row. They Saber Bloodshed, and then like first turn Burgo like codexes me afterwards, and like thank God I didn't get baited into like wobbling the Saber Bloodshed. And then like next turn he goes like Saber Bloodshed and on Amulet of Echoes, and I got to counter the Amulet.
Nice.
Yeah. The Mario's, in my experience, will definitely try to bait out the Wobble by playing a bunch of those 0-for-4s.
Don't get baited.
So, yeah. Do you feel at all that the inclusion of the 3 Seduce secrets also influenced the 2 only of the Wobbles, or would you still only be on 2 regardless?
I'd have to look at my sideboard. I don't think I'd want to play more than 2 either way, honestly. Like Jakuzer played 3 in the tournament, but I don't know. I think it's a little loose. Like the card is very high variance. So, and I think like I don't think the Oscilio deck is super high variance necessarily, but it's definitely more so than other decks. So I think I'd rather try to raise the floor a bit, especially because like I think one thing with the Entwine Lightning list is that like the floor is a bit higher in the deck. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot more turns that just look like Aurora. So
Definitely not a bad thing. That deck was pretty good. um, would you change anything about your list in hindsight? Either one, even Kano as well.
I don't think so. I will say like I didn't play the Burn Bears at all. Like I didn't side them in, but I do think they're like impactful enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think just having the poppers in your deck is like so strong. Uh, with that knowledge though, that like I didn't hit that, I'd play more glyph power spells or something. I think every other card in my deck I sided in outside of Cap of Quick Thinking, um, which like I don't really think you can cut. I feel like people still play Syndra locally, and like Syndra, I actually had more than I expected at the PT. I just didn't happen to play against one, but I think playing Cap into Syndra adds like literally 25% to the matchup, so you can't really cut it. And
Yeah.
then in Sage, I didn't play any of my sideboard cards outside of like Cindering Foresight. Like the sideboard in Kano for Sage is like 2 Cindering Foresight, uh, the Poppers, and then 1 Red Stir. And I just like didn't side any of them in. I think you kind of have to play that sideboard though for Enigma, because like if you play into Enigma and they know what they're doing into you, it's like really hard to win without the reach of like Stir. And then also like
Mm-hmm.
the poppers kind of just end up being good into Enigma either way, because like you can like they're good to block with or to like actually
Oh
hit
yeah.
them with. So
Stop an Enigma Chimera is like literally game winning. It's pretty
yeah,
good.
and also
Yeah.
like swinging for 8 sometimes, and then like doing Kano stuff on their turn is like incredibly strong.
Oh yeah. Did you have any games that compared to how much of a banger the finals was?
Um, honestly, not really. None of the. I
Hey, the
think
best
like
for
most of my
last.
other games were just like pretty classic Cecilio games. Do the Gone in a Flash combo, kill my opponent. I will say, round 5, I like almost died to Puffin. Like it was getting a little scary there. And like by it was getting a little scary, I mean like he lethaled me the turn I comboed. So I think if I like didn't have a combo turn, I probably would have lost to Puffin. Which like that can happen to Vasilio sometimes. Like your deck can just lose to anything. Like I think the average block value in the deck's like 1.05, which is like whack. I I think this Pro Tour was probably the lowest average block value per card.
Oh yeah, I can see it for sure with how many instants are in the deck. So, has there ever been a format where we've had that many instants? I think even Misfail wouldn't be that close.
Nah. I don't know. Misfail's probably a lot though, just because like everyone probably had close to 9 in the
Yeah.
deck.
That feels like cheating. That feels like cheating. Because like every deck was good, but it was just like transcend cards.
Yeah.
Those cards didn't actually block for 0. They just like actually converted for 5 damage.
Yeah,
What's
but
the excellent thing that Noah said? He's glad that good cards have block 3 in the bottom because it baits people into not playing them for their insane value.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing with Fab 3.0. I think recently, probably in the last year, I've just decided like I don't want to block. I need to be playing my cards. Which, not to say blocking is bad, because you certainly have to sometimes, but in general, I think Fab is going in the direction of like you need to be playing your cards every turn.
Yeah.
It feels pretty accurate. I mean, you're the only person, I'm the only person sitting here who played in the Pro Tour that didn't make day 2 of the Pro Tour, and my cards want to block a lot. So it feels like maybe we should be moving away from that type of game.
Listen, like testing with Matt Rogers and Nick Butcher, this is like the conversation every PT. At the end, they're like, I think I'm like next PT, I'm playing an aggro deck, and then we start testing again, and there's like Snapdragon's Verdance in the Discord.
Listen, as someone who has played Phi and Aurora, like these other aggro decks, like it is funny because I think most of my success I've ever had has come from playing aggro decks. But, you can't help it. We gravitate towards what we love. And I got to tell you, I love blocking.
And hates winning.
Dude,
Scared.
based. So true. I'm gonna add that to my description, like my details about me on YouTube, so everybody sees it on my channel now.
I think for me last weekend, my goal or like PT weekend was like playing the least amount of Flesh and Blood possible.
Well, you went Wizard. That's probably your best bet possible.
It was. I think I'd spent more time like outside the venue vaping than I did like playing the games.
Am I right?
Do you feel like that factors into your deck selection at all? I've heard people say that before, that having that guaranteed like 20 minutes after rounds is kind of important to them.
No, to be honest with you, not really. I will say I am like a very fast player, I think, comparatively to like I guess like other top players, like they be tanking, For me, I don't know. I feel like when I like tank too hard, which like I think I get like probably one good one in like most games, but I feel like when I think too much, I'm like gonna just overthink it. And like also one thing too that I feel like is probably a big part of my success is like I just play so many games that like the decisions are like almost automatic.
That definitely does help.
But like before playing like only aggro decks, and then like I played Gravy for like the last year, and a lot of those games can take a while. So I don't know.
Buddy, I watched you pitch last ditch effort, and I was like, dude, this guy's in here for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. That one was kind of weird. Like all my games day 1 of that calling, super quick. Every game day 2, my opponents were like giga tanking. Every game went to like almost time.
Oh yeah, I remember watching some of the top 8. And it's like, dude, this deck looks miserable. But I mean, it doesn't matter. But then I was like, I could never play last ditch effort.
Dude, you've clearly like okay. You think that you have to get to the end of your deck with that one to last ditch effort. You cracked like 15 gold, bro.
Yeah. In that version of the deck, like you got to like 40 cards out of your deck, and that card was live.
Yeah, like I think realistically, you probably start comboing from like 25 cards a deck sometimes.
Oh shoot!
It makes me want to cry, bro.
Tipple.
Dude,
God, this conversation.
Bring back Tipple. Bring back
Please
Tipple.
Yes, let's go.
Everybody stop talking. Taylor, cut the recording off. We're done here. We're done here.
Set up 4 block. Dude, these guys are playing last ditch effort from like 20 cards, and you're over here trying to get 4 value out of your 4 block. I don't want to hear it.
Dude, listen. I want to play as many sync belows as I can, and clearly that was wrong.
You got to be playing reverse sync belows, dude. Attack for 4.
Blaze Headlong it is, baby.
Snatch and Test of Strength are the same card.
No.
Taylor has clearly never lost a test of strength before.
It's the equivalent of your opponent just blocking Snatch. It's like, oh, you got me, dude.
It's not though. It's so much worse than that, and we all know it. Stop rage baiting me. You're just mad because you can't get Sam to go on a tyrant about something, so you want me to do it instead.
Sam, I need to know what Sam's passionate about in Fab. Like I need something. I need
Enigma
something.
wasn't that good, Sam.
Oh, that's just being crazy, buddy. Come on.
I can't argue that point. I need like a real point. One day, I'll figure it out. Okay.
All right. So did you have any games over the course of the PT that you just sat up from the game and you're like, holy shit, how did I win?
Really? Okay, I think the first top 8 match, like, if you told me Tommaso is going to open, like, 15 damage, play an Amulet of Echoes, I'm like, and make a Graphene, I'm like, yeah, I'm cooked. And then, like, the finals was, like, I will say, like, watching back the finals, and even, like, during the finals, like, had I not drawn the shock off the top, I think I still have, like, another, like, turn cycle to win. But honestly, like, getting up from that game and, like, winning with, like, no Gone in a Flash, and, like, to be honest with you, I think the only reason, like, I felt like that after getting up is because, like, hitting the second wobble on that Mind Warp was, like, so lucky. And then, like, I think Yuki, like, shocked me twice that turn. Which, like,
Yes.
we spoke about it, and I think especially, like, I had cycled the first wobble already, which, like, so I think it's, like, for sure the correct play. Because if you resolve that Mind Warp, like, I just lose the game on the spot. But I think I honestly had, like, almost no business winning that game.
Good one to do that on. Was that the hardest game for you at the PT, or was there any other games that were just like absolute ball busters?
Honestly, that was for sure the hardest one. Like, I think really with Oscilio, like, a lot of the games you win, like, just aren't that close. Like, outside of, like, putting yourself in, like, situations where you, like, have to find a shock, like, a lot of the times you just kill your opponent, like, one turn. Like, I think, like, the life total deltas that you can have are, like, crazy with this deck. Like, I don't really think I had any, like, super duper lucky combos, but, like, I played locals yesterday, and, like, I comboed my opponents on turn 2 every single game. So, like,
he's still running hot.
yeah.
Fair and balanced.
Okay, I think definitely right now, like, I don't think the deck's super balanced, but, like, I think it's kind of okay in the meta right now. There's obviously, like, hate pieces like Amulet of Echoes, and, like, I don't know, people will say, like, oh, they're not that good, but, like, whenever you draw an Amulet of Echoes, it's 11 value. It's like 10 or 11 of value against the Oscilio every single time, assuming they combo. I don't know. Honestly, I'm, like, kind of eager to see, like, what lightning cards they release in the new set, if they're, like, cool with banning Volzar, Channel Lightning Valley, and Somersault. Like, they have to be broken.
That's my take. We'll see.
Yeah.
How do you feel, like, in general about them getting rid of all these cards? Is it, like, concerning for you?
Nah, not really, to be honest. I mean, I've played the game for, like, 5 years at this point. It feels like every deck I play gets banned eventually. That's just life.
You know what's really crazy is my favorite deck you've ever played was that DIO deck. A long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago.
DIO is such a sick hero. Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't fuck with DIO anymore, and it's not because, like, I don't like the hero. It's just for my own good. I remember, like, I think I played in, like, Battle Hardened Atlanta. I forget when it was.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I lost 2 win-ins that weekend to Brody Spurlock, and, like, I got, like, 10th and 10th or something, and I'm, like, dooming. And I remember I'm talking to Michael Feng, and I'm like, dude, like, how do I win? Like, what am I doing wrong? And he's like, you need to stop playing DIO. And then I stopped playing DIO, and I won, like, the next tournament afterwards. So,
dude, that deck was so sick.
So it was just all bad juju. Sick. You're never going back.
I mean, I've tried to go back before. Like, I played it at US Nats, like the Vegas one last year, the
Yeah.
high seas one, dude. And I was immediately reminded of why I don't play the deck anymore. Because like they banned high octane, which is like it's kind of fun. Honestly, I wish they just banned brain, but they can't because it's in the armory deck. But
Yeah,
like
dude, I'm so with you.
now the current Dio deck, whenever you draw the all item hands, they convert for like literally no value because you're never gonna get all those counters off your gun.
Yeah.
And then like even worse than that is the games where you're playing like fucking Dash IE that starts at 36 life and you don't start with another item in play. Like the pain of not seeing any items on the top of your deck is like enough to just put me off it. Future Sight is not a good enough hero ability for me to want to play that hero. It's like too high variance. And then like one thing too with Dio that I feel is you have to pay the Fab Dad tax every single tournament on Dio. Like it doesn't matter like what you're playing against. Like someone with like a bunch of 3 blocks, probably playing like Bolton in the early rounds of the tournament, is just gonna block you out because your deck tells you you're not able to win the game.
I see.
Makes sense. I just thought it was neat.
I hope they unban high octane. They can
That
take
would
the
be
brain.
lit.
They can take the brain.
Dude,
If that
thank
happens,
you.
I will get back on Dio. But she's probably gonna LL anyway. So
If they do that, I'll play Max.
Yeah.
Whatever. I already play
We
shit
are.
decks.
Dio is due to LL probably Nats or the next
Nats.
like RTN season after.
How many points does she have currently?
Way too many. She's
It's like in
definitely
the
a little.
900s, right? It's like
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
900s.
Yeah. She's leaving in Nats.
So I mean, she needs to win
Most
what?
likely.
1 nationals?
Like
2?
1 or 2.
one
Well,
last
the
ride,
small
boys.
nationals are like not very.
Oh, never mind. She's at 830. We are so stupid.
But the small nationals don't give that many LL points either. Aren't
Small
they, like-
nationals give 5, 10, or 25, and then she's got the
Yeah.
times 2, so 7, 12, and 32. No, 37.
Times 2, isn't it time and a half?
That's what I meant
Yes.
to say.
You
Yeah.
did the math correctly, but said the wrong thing. It's all right.
Oh yeah, I was just confused. I
I'm a
was just
math
making
guy,
sure.
not a word guy.
So she needs to win how many?
I don't. Some number between 0 and 15.
So,
It depends.
what I'm
Yeah.
hearing is
Dog.
she's going to be around for ProQuest season when we're qualifying for whatever the first Pro Tour is next year.
Maybe not. We don't know.
You're making shit up now. That's not what anyone said.
I mean, I'm just saying, like that's kind of what it sounds like to me, right? Like you just
No.
said 5, 10, or 20. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you said that. That's my guess.
I will say like even at 830 points, it's probably pretty likely she's gonna LL, especially if the meta is like aggro. Like I think Dio is a really powerful aggro deck, especially compared to other decks. When you don't have to worry about milling yourself, like you're
Yeah.
probably the best aggro deck.
That's fair.
Told you, Zach. Even the Pro Tour agree with me. Shut up.
Whatever, dude. Shut up, Taylor. Your mom.
Are you excited at all about any of the new Omens heroes coming out, Evan?
Yes and no. I am excited. They look kind of cool. I like Lightning, Wizard, Runeblade, and Illusionist. Those are like the classes I enjoy. I try not to like look at sets though before all the cards are out because I think it's like kind of a waste of time before you have like the whole picture. Like
That's fair.
deck building in this game is like so tied to like knowing everything that I just don't think there's like a point in bothering before all the cards are out.
Makes sense.
All
At
right.
least we get some expansion slots in like a week and a half, and those you can kind of look at those a little bit quicker.
Yeah, those I'll probably start testing. I don't know. Even then, I think like Oscilio getting nuked is gonna like make such a big difference to the format that it's kind of weird to start testing already.
Yeah, it's gonna make a huge difference. So, what was the coolest thing you did in Japan, other than win the Pro Tour? obviously?
I was like that. That was the easy one. That was the easy
question.
one.
Easy question. Honestly, I don't know. I had a really good time like looking at all the LGSs in Japan that I went to. I went to Team Labs Tokyo. That was pretty cool.
Right
That's
now,
like a
I'm
big like
Googling.
art exhibit thing.
Oh, that's cool.
They got like a room of mirrors and stuff. It's like all mirrors, and then they have like a bunch of like lights hanging from the ceiling.
But yeah,
Oh
that is.
man, you said room of mirrors, and I was immediately reminded of the museum that we went to when we were in London. You remember this, Taylor?
Oh my god, dude, that was
It was in a wall of mirrors. It was a wall of dicks.
the craziest place I've ever been.
It was,
Dude, like
yeah, it
the
was
piss
crazy.
sculptures, like completely threw me through a loop, dog.
We
That
went to
didn't
an
sound
abstract
real.
art museum. Yeah. We went to an abstract art museum in London, and it was just insane stuff. I got pictures. I'll have to, like, next time we're at a call together, I have to show you. This shit was crazy.
I still got that picture of me with the dicks as a classic.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Zach.
I wasn't gonna ask. Silence was my friend on this voice. Like I'm good. It sounds like you guys had a great time. I'm glad.
Dude, honestly, it was kind of a banger. But like,
It was wild.
dude, like the little documentaries that you're reading about it is insane. They're like they pissed in snow and then they put metal iron coating into the snow to form these sculptures of piss, and you're like, what? This is a thing that someone paid money for? This is insane.
It's so crazy.
So what I'm saying is that me and Evan pretty much did the same thing. He went to this museum.
Exactly.
How in the fuck is that? That's how you interpreted that? What? Okay. Oh my god, Taylor's doing anything he can to push my buttons tonight. Apparently.
Oh god.
Working?
No.
Damn it.
Oh man. All right. So we're gonna open it up a little bit to some more open-ended questions, and then maybe some the podcast questions to follow. Evan, what's your favorite thing about Flesh and Blood?
Okay, this is like kind of a cop-out answer. Obviously, all the boys.
That's fair.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Realistically though, I think it's really nice that like I feel like this game really rewards skill. Obviously, like variance is a part like a part of it too. It's a card game, but I don't think there's like a like more skill intensive game on the market.
Agreed. Completely.
I think that's really accurate. You know, I mean, I've said for a long time that most of the games that I lose, there was an opportunity for me to win. There was an opportunity for me to improve or to do something. And like, don't get me wrong, there are some games when I think you just lost, and that's just how it is. But that's one thing that I like makes Flesh and Blood amazing, is that normally you see the better players winning, and that's why we see a lot of the same names towards the top of the table so regularly. So 100%.
And then we're here making content.
Content creator bracket, baby.
Podcast questions from the community that's geared a lot towards kind of the same things. So I'm gonna sum it up into a couple questions here. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to kind of like push through to the next level in Fab that you think a lot of people overlook?
Honestly, I think you just gotta play a bunch of games. I think that is like the biggest thing is just play, 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 play. One thing I wouldn't just be playing into Talishar randoms though. Like I think trying to find like a good testing group is also a big part of it. Really, honestly, like I think the biggest thing for me that like helps with testing is like I really like the people that I test with, so it doesn't feel like much of a chore. Obviously, like I enjoy the game too, but I know like at some points in the like PT testing season, it's just like the game stops being fun. Um, but it's really nice that like honestly, like we just get on Discord and bullshit most of the time. Like and like a lot of times we don't even like play games against each other. We just like stream our games and then we get the peanut gallery in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Nothing screams like your homies just telling you how shit you are for 30 minutes straight.
Oh, I mean, we get up to that for sure. But also like I think one thing too that could probably benefit you is like recording your games and like maybe watching it back with like find someone like locally you think is better is probably like a good move, or like even just watching your games yourself and like seeing where you messed up. But obviously, like if you don't know what to look for, it's kind of hard to tell where you messed up unless it's like really obvious.
What do you think is the single biggest contributing factor to you winning the Pro Tour?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think really like I think whenever I do well in an event, I like really like the deck that I play. And like I feel like with this deck there is so much for me to like learn about, and really like having my buddy Matt Renz to like answer all my questions, and like I'd send him like screenshots of like spots that I like get myself into on Talishar, and like having someone like chat to you back and forth about the deck was like really nice. Like I feel like decks that I've played previously aren't as complex, I guess. Like I think there's a lot with this deck, um, with like aura permanents that you put in play and like your cycling. It just leads to like so many random decision trees. And honestly, I just really enjoy playing decks like that. That's why like the Tipple Gravy deck was like
Oh
one of my
yeah.
favorites for this, because you just drew so many cards. There's like so many avenues you could take on any given turn.
Do you think there's a correlation between how close a casino is to the venue and your win rate for the weekend?
That's a hard question to answer because like two things. I've only been able to gamble like legally in the U.S. for probably like like about like a year and like 2 months now.
Oh,
Um,
and you've been winning lately. Shit.
yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
I will say, there's no gambling in Japan, but there's like the pachinko parlor
Oh
places.
yeah.
I didn't hit any of those. I'm not a big slots guy.
Smart man, smart man.
Aced.
I'm trying to play
He
some
knows how.
blackjack. I'm trying to play some blackjack. That's
Yeah.
like the ideal. Or
That's a good
I get
one.
down with some poker too.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Uh, in Vegas, can we sit down and binge drink and play some blackjack together?
Oh, absolutely, brother.
My man, dude, my fucking dude. I love this guy. Fucking goat.
Hold up, hold up. Cut this part out real quick, dude. Dude.
Believable. Absolute cinema being removed. Anyway.
We'll put
It's
that in the
funny that
unedited version.
you that's on the Patreon only. Anyway. You just shouted out Matt Renz, and funny enough, we've got Top 8 Trent here saying, do you think you overdid shouting out Matt Renz when you did better with the deck than he ever has? And he says, this is a joke. This is one of his buddies.
Yeah, I know,
Cough,
I know
cough.
him, I know him. I definitely did, but to be honest with you, I was like so thankful. Like to be honest with you, I don't think you guys understand like the extent of like the amount of questions I was asking him about the deck like previously in the tournament, and like just throughout the whole weekend. So like to start off, he sends me the list on Thursday. He's like, I think this is what you should play. And then I'm like, nah, I think I want to change like cut one blue blast for like a second wobble. Which genius decision on my part. The second wobble won me like so many games last weekend. Um but he's like, yeah, I'll update the sideboard guide for you. So he literally goes through, updates every Fabry button, and then like I ask him questions throughout the weekend about like random spots I get myself into, and then like every stream game he like watched and told me like what I did wrong.
He's a homie.
Yeah.
He is a homie.
Dude,
He is
that's
a homie.
awesome.
So honestly, can't truthfully I can't glaze him enough for that. I genuinely don't think I could not. I don't think I would have won on Oscilio without him.
The goat.
The goat.
So how
the
much
goat.
money are you giving him? I just fucking.
I'll definitely buy him dinner or something.
See,
That-
dude, that's totally
that-
fair exchange.
That's
though,
a great
bro.
answer. Great answer. Sal, the gamer pal, has the question: who you got winning the next Pro Tour?
I hope Tarek, bro. I hope.
Hell yeah. Tark's a good dude.
The problem
Honestly-
he's got the issue is he's got to set down like Magic and Riftbound. and like really dial in. He keeps playing these like Fab 2.0 decks. He wants to block. I need to get him off that.
So it's so funny that you bring up Tarek and Magic because that's what I know from Tarek from originally. Is like I remember watching him grind the Star City Games circuit back in the day, and like I mean, dude, he used to dominate Magic back in the day.
All right, here's a little story about the first time I met Tarek. It's like the first Vegas calling weekend, like the Monarch one. I'm at my locals. Like most of my locals are at the event. My mom wouldn't let me go. Unlucky. I'm like playing locals finishes and like I'm like playing games against one of my buddies and Tarek like just got his chain deck. It's like his first locals. He's like, "Oh, will you play chain mirrors against me?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to play that matchup."
You're just big dicking him. He's like, nah, I ain't doing it, dog. You can somewhere else.
I love it, dude. I love it.
I did. That's probably why it took me like 2 more years for him to invite me to his testing team, but that's how it be sometimes.
Cheese asking Pizza Hut or Domino's.
Domino's. I gotta go Domino's. I think like Nick would kill me. Also, I don't know. I think the only upside of Pizza Hut is like they got the stuffed cheesy crust, which is like it's pretty good. I don't know, but I will say like that might be nostalgia talking. Like actually last year at Tarek's wedding, Jacuzza and I ordered like a stuffed crust pizza. And it was kind of gross. But I gotta lock in the Domino's. I think.
Man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, dude, after the dinner picture on Friday night, like on Twitter, bro, you gotta lock in Domino's. You're like legally obligated here.
That Domino's was incredibly mid. I will say that was the only thing I ate the whole day though. So it was hitting still.
Fair. I've been there. Sam
I
talking.
think that's what we're gonna. No. I'm just.
He's
okay.
processing.
I'm reading this very long question, and I don't think we're gonna do this one.
That one? Oh,
Wait, yo, what?
understandable.
Yeah. I would honestly kind of hate if they ever did it anyway. So we're not gonna.
Dude, your mic just shit the bed too?
Yeah,
Even
Sam,
better.
you're cutting out.
Oh,
Remember,
that's perfect.
pointed at
That's
you.
a sign from
Pointed
God.
at you, Sam.
It is at me. What do you?
Really?
No,
Because it looks like it's pointed right at your fucking forehead. Pointed at your mouth.
It is. It's right in front of it.
Bro.
I love the sexual tension between y'all sometimes.
Just make out already.
Oh
Dude,
my
that's what I'm
God.
saying.
I mean,
Look, it's next time y'all go out and y'all have to convince each other that the one bed is cheaper than the 2-bedroom. Look, you guys don't have to convince me, okay? Like, it's okay.
It's
Wait,
just the
hold
angle
on.
of the camera. Like I got
Real question? Do you
Yeah.
guys hit the one bed?
Oh, no.
All the time,
Dude,
dude. So this is a little bit of the insight into the team housing situation. I've been doing the team houses, and I'm like, all right, boys, no one in the world has 12 different mattresses in any house. We're gonna have to split some queens and kings. It's the only way this is working.
Bro, I mean,
We're doing it like all the time.
Brendan and I shared a king or queen bed in Montreal, dog. Like,
Actually, Jacuzza and I shared a queen bed in Montreal too.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the spoiled little bitch here then. I refuse to stay anywhere unless I have my own bed. So like when the team went out for Memphis, I just got a hotel room by myself and just had a single hotel room for myself. I was just a
Girls living it
little.
up.
yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wait, you knew that? What the? Wait. Oh no, you didn't know that because you didn't show
yeah.
up. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
I
yeah.
told
Yeah,
you
because
that.
I didn't show up. Yeah,
Oh,
that.
sorry.
You fuck. Oh, I swear to God. Oh my God. Fucking violence to end this episode. I swear. So wait a second. Are you not staying at the Team B&B in Vegas?
Well,
We
we're not
had
getting
one for Vegas. What the fuck are you talking about?
You
Not
talking
getting
about
a B&B?
Nats.
Oh, Nats, whatever. Yeah, you're not going to Nats. Oh,
I was,
Yeah.
wait, that's
to be
right. You're not
honest,
going to Nats.
I think hitting an Airbnb in Vegas is loose. Like, I
It's
feel like you can
awful.
stay wherever for like pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially you guys. I'm sure y'all got them deals. They're like, please stay here, please.
I have way too many reward points in Vegas.
Thanks, Luxar. New sponsor of the podcast.
I'm just saying, dude, those Caesar points, they rack up, baby. Those Caesar points rack up.
Circus.
You know what? If they want to give us money in hotels, I look. People like say, "Oh, I can't be bought." Oh, I can be fucking bought. You send me some fucking money, I'll whatever you want, you get, baby. I'm one of those guys. I don't give a shit. Fuckhead Martin, whatever.
God.
Dude, I got some jokes, but I don't want you to edit the podcast again.
Okay, it's okay.
We're at the end.
We're about to end the podcast, and then we can let these rip.
I'm so excited that people, like, there's this whole segment missing, and they're just going to have to listen to Evan say, edit the podcast again, like, at the end of the episode.
Dude, they're going to be asking, they're going to have to know what I said. No leaks, though.
No leaks.
No leaks. We don't leak here. But anyway, that was a great episode, guys. I had a good time. I now want to go hear some jokes from Evan and show you some pictures relating to the first 60 seconds before the podcast started. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today.